Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is still Saturday, June 4th, 2022. Twos. Always the twos. I'm the Drunk Poker. 'Tis beer time. We got another LCBO available beer today. One that near and dear to my heart. I go back a long way with the brewery and with the beer. So Great Lakes Brewery opened their brew pub down by the beaches there. You gotta go check it out. We haven't been yet. We're gonna go check it out at some point this summer, I'm sure. And they've released a beer, the LCBO, that used to be just available at the brewery, and it's one of my favorites. It's one of those beers I would make the trek out to Etobicoke to get from the Tank 10 series. I'm not saying I didn't kiss Tank 10 when I was there, but I kissed Tank 10 when I was there. Miami Weiss White Pale Ale, 4.5%. There's a little bit of wheat in there. The recipe's kind of evolved over the years, I think. I don't know. I like it. It's other people say, but it's one of those beers that just, because it's not just a normal pale ale, it's got the wheat in there, it's got this little extra going on. And seeing it hit the LCBO was kind of like, it's one of those moments when you see certain things go to the LCBO, like when RoboHop went, it just shows you how much things have changed in the last 7-ish years I've been doing this. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope you got outside. They have patio both at the original GLB, where they brew the beer in GLB, and Etobicoke there, and at the GLB Brew Pub. I saw pictures of the wings, by the way, at the Brew Pub. Yeah, we know we're going for that. But let's celebrate this, because I get it. We love going to the brewery, we do. But when you can't get there, being able to get a beer like this, one of those, I hesitate. I don't want to call it a holy grail beer, because they make it every year, well, mostly every year. But it's one of those ones when you had to go find it. And if you couldn't get there and it sold out, you were out of luck. Here, at least more people are going to get to try it. And to me, that's the exciting part. I really love people getting to try these beers. So cheers, my friends. Thank you to GLB for putting this one out at the LC this year. It's nice to see. Cheers. See, what I love is that Great Lakes kind of takes this, what would be like a white pale ale. It gives it their spin, which is to jack up the hops, right? This is definitely got a lot of grapefruit and peach, and there's pineapple in there. It's got a nice bitterness on the back, almost a little bit of pine on the back, but then there is that softer citrus of the wheat in there too. It's gorgeous. It's crushable. It has got a great bitterness to it. It's got a great citrus pith to it, with that little bit of pine floating in there. It goes so quickly. Like when you start drinking it, you're just like, oh man, this is really good. And you look down and your glass is empty, and you're like, I'm glad I bought more than one. You can find it at your local LC. It's expanding as we go along here. Fresh GLB is always very important, especially stuff like, pale ales, IPAs. You want to get them as fresh as you can. And I mean, the fancy wrapped can now, look how fancy we are. Goodness. Times have changed, man. Times have changed. And I spent the better part of the last decade slogging to crawl out of a mess I made for myself, and it's almost a full decade. I think it's been a decade, and I'm not out yet, but every day is another day. We're upright. That's a good thing, and we get to have great beer, and these things are fantastic to have. So celebrate the everyday. Drink some patio beers. Enjoy yourself. Poke loves you. Cheers. The bitterness is so nice in this. It complements everything else so well. I always forget that until I have the first sip, and I'm back in heaven again.